all the members of the city council was resolute in making sure that we honor this great San Fernandian, this great Trinidadian, by fulfilling our promises. I did break protocol, so let me acknowledge the first citizen of the city of San Fernando, His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Mural. The Mayor, I must say, in his presence, has always supported this community in particular with the vision of Pleasantville. And I would like members to understand the vision of this community, and His Worship knows that my desire is to make Pleasantville be a town inside of the city of San Fernando. That is my desire. And therefore we work hard in Pleasantville. Let me acknowledge the presence of the chairman of the San Fernando East constituency, Ms. Patricia Alexis. And let me also acknowledge the secretaries to the office of the councillor of Pleasantville. All of them worked very hard. We have Ms. Frances Sampson, was the MC. We have Ms. Karen Scantleberry, who is in the back of His Worship the Mayor. Give her a round of applause, people. We have Mr. Brian Fillmore here, and we have Mr. Anthony Charles, who's an advisor to my office, and as well as Mr. Roger Blackman. I think that's all I see present. Oh, where's Larry Neal is an advisor as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to keep anyone too long, but this is one of our walls of fame in Pleasantville. What we do is we honor persons in Pleasantville who would have contributed to the community immensely, and by extension the nation. And we only see it fit to give artists from the community the opportunity to showcase their talent. I, being an artist myself, felt that that is a very important thing, because art depicts life. So with those few words, ladies and gentlemen, I would say thank you and hand it right back over to Francis. Thank you for being here.
Very much, Councillor Paris. We would like Mr. Devon Atts to speak on behalf of the Torrance Mohammed Foundation, if it's possible, just to say a few words.
I can stay here?
Sure.
Yeah. So, alright, so good morning. All observed. We just want to say on behalf of the family that they truly is moved by this gesture, something that Mr. Mohammed would have known before his passing, and he had given it his blessing. And I'm just here to really see the installation, and also in terms of just give the blessings of the family in terms of this appreciation for a district in which he spent a lot of time in, he lived in, he contributed in, and also he at one point in time politically he represented. So I'm just short in terms of saying that I'm just here to give representation and give the blessings on behalf of the family. Thank you very much.
Mr. Atts, I'd like to call now on Ms. McKeeven, Foster, one of Rollo's sons, to speak on the family's behalf.
Good morning, everybody.
Keeping.
Good morning. My name is McKeeven Foster, and Rollo last son. And I would just like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting the mural and giving your support to all my family, Uncle Denison, Auntie Mural, Cousin Joanne, and everybody who's supporting Torrance as well too. Because we are one, we are always will be one. In the name of Christ, I ask everybody to keep Christ alive and so. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Foster. And finally, the Mayor, His Worship, Mr. Junior Regrello.
To Mr. Councillor Paris and his hard-working team, constituency chairman, members of the community, members representing the awardees here this morning. Last year, November, I think it was, the council made a decision to to award that year 2020-2021, or to have that year to acknowledge the arts. We call it the Year of the Arts. And at that function, we were able to honor 16 persons in San Fernando, including Torrance and Mr. Bisnat, for their contribution over the years to the development of the arts in San Fernando. Not only were they recipients of receiving an award and a plaque, but I remember particularly Mr. Bisnat's wife, when she opened the envelope, say, "Mayor, there's a check in here," and her eyes lit up, because she was saying to me that morning that I can go to the market, I can go to the grocery. And I'm saying this on the basis and the background of the pandemic and how people in the arts have struggled over the years in terms of how they survive and how they live. So there we were as a council making a decision and making a contribution to all these significant persons who contribute to the arts. More importantly, as all of us will know, San Fernando is really the home of the arts and the home of creativity. If you examine and you go from Port of Spain, most of the persons who made a name for themselves in Port of Spain has a background in the city of San Fernando. And because of that, we must be cognizant of their contribution and provide necessary recognition. Recently, I did a survey on street names in San Fernando. There's 17 streets in San Fernando named after the monarchy. Right? And where are these people? What contribution they made to our development? We have Prince Alfred Street, Prince Albert Street, Princess Margaret Street, Prince Charles Street, Queen Street, King Street. Are you all aware of these things? Right? The atrocities performed by these people were to the detriment of the whole development. Why do we recognize these people? People like Torrance and Rollo and so many others that have shaped the lives of young people and put them on a path of success. They are the ones you have to recognize. Those are the ones you must glorify. So I want to commend the council and the team for this mural here, because this is where we have to go. Charity begins at home. Recognize your own. Let's go that way. You have to look at the shaping of our city and give recognition to those deserving of that. So congratulations, continue on this pathway of success and contribution and recognizing our people. I'm very happy that we were able to recognize Torrance before we passed, because so many of us, sometimes people involved in the arts, you may not know it. The creativity takes hold of the thinking and the management. They don't see after themselves, you know. Most times when they're past, the family asking, "But Daddy, what did you do? How did you prepare for this?" And quietly, and Robert could tell you, quietly, we come inside and we do what we have to do as a council. Without any fanfare, without any pictures, without any us handing anybody a check, and do what we have to do. Because we have to look after our own. So let's have that understanding of people who are creative. They're not normal people. Creative people are wired differently. They're not wired to persevere and to look after themselves. They have a gift to give to people. That's what they do, that gift. So we have to recognize them. So congratulations once more. Let's continue what we have to and recognize these people for their contribution to our development. Congratulations, Councillor, and let's keep on keeping on.
Mr. Mayor, in recognizing all the people who would have made contributions, according to the mayor in his statement, we want to recognize the artists who would have done the work on the mural. So we'd like to recognize, he's standing behind me there, if you can come forward, Mr. Jason Seeley. We'd like to recognize Mr. Seeley, who really put his, I don't know, when you see it, it's amazing. Alright, so without further ado, I'd like to invite you to the unveiling now of the mural.
Yes, you did. That's all right.
over soon?
No, them.
I want to be sure you see it.
But don't block Rollo.
You need to come a little closer. Shorties to the front. I want come.
Hiding behind the
Was the co-captain of Arak's dance troupe with Mr. Mohammed, and he wanted him as well to be remembered and immortalized in this community. As you know that Torrance was one of two councillors in Pleasantville when Pleasantville became a city, and he was one of the longest serving members of council and served as the deputy mayor of San Fernando, and therefore it's only befitting that Pleasantville remember him. So this isn't something that was happening after his passing. Did I? I apologize. Yes, this isn't something that happened. This isn't something that happened after his passing. This is something since February of this year that Mr. Mohammed was actively part of. So we would meet each other, we would talk about it, we would talk about the progress of it, and finally today has come. Unfortunately he isn't here, but I know he's here in spirit. Alright? So I thank you for coming. Okay, so yeah, the walls. Okay, so as in everything, I would like the world to understand that I wasn't born a politician. I'm an artist, and I feel that art is life, and the greatest expression to depict life is through art. And what happened is that we gave different artists from the community the opportunity to showcase their talent. So this wall of fame, which is one of two walls that we have in Pleasantville, we depict persons from the community who would have contributed nationally or some way to the development of Pleasantville, and we put them out. There's a committee of secretaries attached to my office, and persons submit biographies to us, and we decide who goes up based on the biography. Yeah, that's how it's done. Okay, so we have Mr. Fred Goiter, who was the first town engineer. He lived right on Cassia Avenue, right there. We have Miss Cecile Hines. Miss Cecile Hines is the first FIFA referee. She lived in building 17 before it burned down. We have Mr. Fitzgerald Diabro. Mr. Diabro is the Anglican priest, but he's also a cake maker, well known for that in Pleasantville. We have Mr. and Mrs. Critchlow, educators in their own right. They have contributed immensely to the Pleasantville Secondary School. And then we have the late Mr. Milton Wire Austin, who as well used to live on Pleasantville Avenue. We also have Miss Penelope Spencer, actress, dancer. She is originally from Pleasantville. We have Miss Erica Taylor. She's a community activist, and she's been doing that practically her entire life. We have Miss Joanne Foster, right, who's depicted there. And then we also have, that is a replication of an authentic picture with Gerard Montano and the former Prime Minister, Dr. Eric Williams, the late Dr. Eric Williams, when it is that they actually cut the ribbon to the Pleasantville development in 1957, I believe it was about, right? So that's an actual picture of it. We also have Kenny Professor Fillmore, and that was sponsored by one of our community groups. So the logo is next to it, right? And now we have Roderick, Royal Foster, and we have Torrance Rollo. We have also the image people at Pleasantville. Sponsors, but actually, let me explain why I said that. In my speech, I said that my dream is to make Pleasantville a town within a city. In Pleasantville, we don't go to the mayor or the mayor's fund unless we have, and therefore what we do is we do different projects within the community to raise money. We are supported by the business people in Pleasantville. So we have different programs such as the Dr. Bench program. You would see by the health center, you would see the benches with the umbrellas. Those were recycled materials that we inherited from the wharf and different things like that. And what happens is we would refurbish it at cost to us, and we would rent the space to the business people in the community for a year, and also have someone from the community who is a landscaper, landscape and beautify it. We also have another project of sustainability, which is the community gardens. We have just almost completed our second community garden. The first community garden was named after Mr. Glenn Jamat, and the second one will be named after, what's your mom's name? Ashley? Josephine Goodrich. Miss Josephine Goodrich, who started the garden in 1977. So, the idea behind it is simply this. If we could control the food prices within our community, we believe that we wouldn't have any issues, any problems. And therefore, what we've been doing is persons who would require food from the garden have been calling us. We give, and some of them we also sell wholesale to suppliers in Pleasantville to make sure that the transportation cost is below, and they are able now to charge a proper cost to the people of Pleasantville. The bus shelter was just recently refurbished as well from my office and my secretaries. We decided that it was done in the country's 50th year, and we decided that we needed to refurbish it as well. So if you go to the bus shelter now, you see it is fully refurbished, red, white and black. The artists retouched some of the artwork that is there as well. So we intend for that bus shelter to last maybe another 100 years. All the work that the city has done, because that was the whole city corporation, the borough corporation bus shelter. So we added a lot of value to it, right? We have a teak bench in there, with terrace on the floor, we put electricity in there. So it's all a part of our thrust to beautify Pleasantville. And these projects are aimed at raising property value in our community. Maintenance? Right. So therefore, as I said before, the aim is to make Pleasantville a town within the city, and we have our own persons that we would ask to maintain it, and we would give them a stipend to maintain it. Yeah? Thank you.
I am Caitlin Storm Brown, and I am the program manager for People Radio, as well as one of the presenters for People Radio, as well as an artist who have contributed to the murals behind us at the moment. People Radio has been founded by our councillor, our Paris. It was a dream of his to have a radio station, and he decided to have this radio station here in Pleasantville, where he lives and where he is councillor. The whole idea for the radio station is to give the Pleasantville community a platform to promote their talent, their creativity, and all the good things that come out of Pleasantville. We promote that. So basically, we encourage the good news coming out of Pleasantville. There's so much that is happening in our small community of Pleasantville. For example, one of the latest projects is the community garden, where Mr. Paris he used the gardeners who are gardening. There are some of the youths who would have been just on the road getting into trouble. And he encouraged them, and he motivated them into beginning to be part of the community by planting. So the vegetation from the stuff that we reap in the community garden goes back into the community, because we sell it at a lower price than the market to the vendors in and around San Fernando, as well as the people who live in San Fernando can purchase from us, and the money goes back into the community. So these are one of the things that we promote on the radio. We talk about everything that is happening in and around the community. People Radio is an online radio station, and we encourage you to log on to Zeno FM, and it is zeno.fm/Pville-radio /. When you go online, log on, you will hear us online live 24/7. Well, not live, the music will be playing 24/7, but our live shows are on Tuesdays from 3 to 5, Rhythm in the Ville with me, Storm, where we play Caribbean music from Trinidad and up the Caribbean. On Wednesdays, we have Rhythm Wednesdays, where we play international music. So you'll even hear music from Africa and Taiwan and wherever is the hot music playing right now, we will play it. It will not only be from the US or Trinidad and Tobago. And on that's Tuesday, that's Wednesday. Then we have Thursdays from 5 to 7. We have a young lady by the name of Jamila Howard, who is also a Pleasantville resident. A young lady, very vibrant. She has now been accepted in the PNM Youth Parliament, and she has a show called This Is My Truth, and she speaks about the things that happen that she experienced within her lifetime, abuse, social issues. She even talk about the youth that are imprisoned, and she has so many topics, and she invites people like David Mohammed to come on and speak and encourage people. So that's a positive show on that Thursday. And on Friday morning we have We Hands on Culture with Providence Brown and Malika. So it's We Hands on Culture with Mel and Providence B from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, where they speak about everything concerning our culture in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's the entire culture, our religious culture, our mass culture, our musical culture, everything. Because Malika is a dancer by profession, and Providence is a musician by profession with international experience. So they came together to have this program, We Hands on Culture, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon every Friday morning. And Friday afternoon from 5 to 7, we have Spicy Talk with Abigail Cox, where she speaks about spicy issues in Trinidad and Tobago. On Saturday morning, I return from 9 to 12 for Crossing the Red, White and Black, where I play all the music of Trinidad and Tobago, every genre. So you'll hear calypso and soca, but you will also hear the ballads. So if you have music and you're a Trinbagonian and you want to hear your music played on air, send it to People Radio. I'm really encouraging people who are from Pleasantville, young people who have music that they want to promote and they are not getting the other radio stations to play it, send it to People Radio. You can send it via pleasantvillecounselor@gmail.com, and as the program manager, I will get your music and I will play your music. We have a lot of talent here in Pleasantville. A lot of people came out of Pleasantville that we did not even know. So the whole idea is to promote the people who are creatives of Pleasantville before they die. We don't want to do things after people die. Do it now. So that's our whole idea. And I will pass you on now to Jason Seeley, who is another artist, my co-artist here, colleague, who will tell you about his part in People Radio and in the community at large.
Before you go, is Zeno Radio, has this Zeno anything to do with the former coach from Brooklyn in Skinner Park?
I have no idea, but no.
It's an
Zeno is an international platform. I don't know if he got that name from that, but it's an international online platform where you can log on and form your own radio station. Yeah, so anybody in the world who wants to get an online radio station can join that platform and go on that app and start your station. So we are on that platform, zeno.fm/Pleasantville.radio/.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jason Seeley. I'm a resident artist and residing in Pleasantville. I've been doing art since I was 5. Been called upon recently to join a team of lovely artists who has come together to create a mural of different people who we had amongst us that were great people. Loving the arts, been doing it. Glad to know that I'm part of this team right now, which is Pleasantville Radio, the Image People, and so forth. Thanks to Councillor Robert for actually coming to me, presenting me with the job of doing this work, which I am proud to do. When the school Pleasantville, in Pleasantville, did subjects in Old Tech, started school at Coffee Boys, so I'm a San Fernando born. San Fernando born bred. Younger brother of O'Brien Haynes, passed through modeling agencies, did everything from carving, canvas paintings. So if you want to take a look at my page, it's at Incredible Ink Board. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I think that's all. I'll pass it over.
My name is Providence Brown. I am a musician, composer, writer, and a flautist as well. I venture into underground flute beatboxing. It's called beatboxing flute. And I will normally take my instrument and do 4 things at the same time or simultaneously. I'm also one of the presenters on We Hands on Culture on Fridays from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And Mel and we talk about the history of artists, and I more go back in the history of people who did great things for Trinidad and Tobago. And as Kesley mentioned, their names will probably be in the museum and whatnot. The names are there online, but a lot of younger people don't know the names of these people, so I am there to present and bring back history and let people know the great things that Trinidadians have done. I am here in the community to assist the youths when I can, or when the time is right, once this pandemic is over. You know, I'm always around to teach music and the science of music. I like life. I've been traveling for a while, you know, and I represent Trinidad and Tobago. Also play the steel pan. Even though at the moment I don't play the steel pan, my instruments are the piano and the flute. My first instrument, I've been playing flute for a very long time. So I represent Trinidad and Tobago. I also venture into poetry. I write lyrics for songs and for spoken word. And I'm here, my name is Providence Brown, I'm here to represent, and I also spent many years playing with Raj Shorty-Eye in the Love Circle. I was his flautist.
I remember that.
Right. So that's about it, you know, and love, I like life, I want to live my life, I want to live my life in peace. I try to stay fit, I try to stay healthy, you know, and I advise people to exercise. And I love martial arts, I love it, I do. So, peace and love. Signing out.
As a panist,
yes.
Who you play with?
No, I self-taught pan player.
Okay.
And I played with a lot of jazz musicians. I played with I used to play in a venue. One of my friends owned this venue in Malaysia called No Black Tie, where a lot of jazz greats would come there, like Bob James. You understand? I play with Valchino and Anastasio. He's a Brazilian percussion player and lead singer. I play with a guy called Alex. I can't remember his last name, but he's a saxophonist from New York, a great saxophonist from Jocelyn Brown, who is the diva in house music. I also open for her. I play with a few people. And yeah. I don't have much to say about myself, but I love life, and that's it.
That's a whole lot.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, man. Thank you.
You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Ashley Hollis. I NCPD. I live in Beckles. She my boss.
Dr. Beckles.
Right? And she teach me to play scraping and sanding. I play volleyball and cricket. I have a gold medal. The artist and everything. And I a dancer. And an expert dancer. Nobody is better than nobody. And nobody is perfect. Because see all the feet, the foot, you call them? No. Everybody had a head one another. Everybody had one another. Because they feed all the plate. All the feed the plant, all the plant corn and rice and thing. Understand? Rice and corn and all the thing, all they come down. I like youth. Come down. Thank you.
So you may dance before you go now?
You have no music? They are not Chinese dance. You have any music? Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, so you just right?
Just now. Boo! You come in? Eh? You changed that? Bring over hundreds of people coming down the road.
Right, my name is Joel Tibu from St. Hellion, and this is Franca Tibu. My mother also image people, the family of image people. The year we started in 1995 till present. But this year we had no carnival, so we open again to have carnival in their time to come.
In 2021, we'll be bringing our band. The first in 2021. 2023. Hopefully 2022, but charity 2023.
Now, you have a fame for bringing out hundreds of people from Pleasantville, right? What was your... Tell me about that. Tell me about that. What's the name of the team of some of your present?
Some of our memorable presentations was Passion in 2011, had over 4,000 people. We had Lovely Band, we had George Gel. 2020 we had Vision. Our first presentation in 1995 was Perfect Image. And that is where the name of Image people arrived from.
I used to know your dad. Where is the leader now?
He is on work right now, doing duties.
What kind of duty could keep him away from this image? Who's employer?
His employer is
his employer is Roe Black.
Okay. So, okay, there are a lot of young people around the place, and all they do is they line on the block. If you want to send a message to them, what would it be?
Market team. Yeah, join them young boys. You see them young boys? Join them young boys here, because them doing a very good job. The village market team. Yeah, very good job them doing. Thanks to about Paris and his crew. His crew. They have these young boys and them doing some beautiful work right now. Beautiful planting, yes.
So are they exposed to like skills?
Well, yes, because they do landscaping also. There's somebody who live there. They're planting fruits, vegetables. So they're doing a very good job.
Yeah, got some produce from the garden yesterday.
Right, yes. So that is them doing a very good job.
Okay. Alright, so in closing remarks.
Once Sports Care Life 2022, we'll be on the road.
Okay.
So I'm not going coming up. Good day. They're my boss. They're my boss. And this one is my boss.
Your boss have a name?
Mr. Paris.
Mr. Paris. And Mrs.
Samson.
Mrs. Samson.
Samson with Delilah.
She do everything for we. She do everything for we. We planting, corn, lettuce, saba, gashin, yam, pumpkin, peas, corn, everything. All work. And why? Because I like the youth and them come out and help you out. Don't be, this is a gun and shoot one another. And why? Everyone that come out young youth, especially young youth. I don't like the young youth. They have to come out and look for work.
Just launched the mural.
Look for work. Don't feed it. You sit down there. And sit down there. You feed it. Mommy, give me this. Mommy, give me that. No. You have to get up and look for your work. And your mother has your clothes. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? My sister, no. I have my work. I plant corn and peas and everything. The same way a young youth do, I do it. You understand? Big, Barrow, Carlo, Sean, the whole Syrie planting. You know why? I working workshop. Nobody can help me, you know. I put my money inside the bank. I have money in the bank, I have money in Petland, and still I working still. And why nobody able me? Nobody able me. And why? Because they said, don't roll off the head. And why don't all the feeling it's time they going? No, party nothing me. Party and drinking. We had a look for it. We had a look for the money. We had the look the money. The parents had a look for it too. All they had to come and look for it too. Understand? They're working hard. Working very hard. I know that. Parents.
I sincerely thank everyone for coming out today. I thank Mr. Clifton for covering this event and everyone who is here to support as we go forward in making Pleasantville a positive place to live and for us to understand why we are doing what we are doing. We are trying to raise the property value of our community by doing these type of projects, which include planting food, beautification, we have the business community support, and we have the support of the residents of the community. And one of the things that they say is in order to enhance or to further develop any place, you have to change the culture, and therefore this is a part of the plan to change the culture. These projects are aimed at raising the property value within the community. So if you don't have a liquid cash, $1 million, at least your property will be worth $1 million. And I thank everyone, and I thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
To the entrance.
Yes. She did the paintings over there.
Talk about her. Talk about her.
I don't know much about. I only recently find out she's the artist. I can't talk about her.
She can speak for herself.
She don't want to talk.
She didn't want to talk, but she's getting there now.
I don't want to talk for her.
I am not going to speak for her either, but she's a very talented artist. I know that maybe 2 years ago we had the opportunity to finish what was started here. The original person who started this piece of artwork, unfortunately, he could not complete it, and Roselia, her brother, who owns a company, he decided that he wanted to sponsor her to complete it, and that is what started what it is that's here. And I'm certain that she could say thank you or some few words here.
Hey, that's me, huh? Yes, hi. I really appreciate doing this piece, you know, this mural, I should say, the beautify Chicago Avenue, and it was my pleasure. I really appreciate and enjoy every moment I spent out here doing this painting.
How long have you been painting?
I've been painting for years now. Yeah.
What type of painting you use?
Acrylic. I do acrylic painting, and I also do sketches.
Like what you like mostly?
Yeah, mostly.
Acrylics?
Acrylics. Yes. I like to do my pencil sketches.
What do you consider to be the high point in your work?
Actually,
Singing Sandra.
yes.
That was a nice piece.
That was a really beautiful piece I did with Singing Sandra.
Is there a good income from your painting?
Yes, it is. Yes. But I expect to, you know, like show my talent, show my work and stuff like that. People get to know me better, so you know, because I can actually make a better income from these paintings.
Okay, so for people who are looking at you now on Facebook, could you tell them how you can be located if they want to come and support you?
Okay, actually I have a art group called Sadia Arts Museum on Facebook. You can get me out there, and you can get me on Instagram at Sadia Talent. And also my contact number is 322-1739. Again, 322-1739.
And where is home for you?
Pleasantville, 2017.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you.
Right. God, there's a blessing. Everybody, all the artists came. Yeah, all the artists are here. All the, except for one. This Ariel.
Even radio is a platform for the artists and the artists, people in the creatives, to jump off of and become. So, I'm saying in front of my counselor, I just got an epiphany that we can have an exhibition of the artists very soon. And I think that's what would have been in his head before. But I guess I announced it before he even tell me about it. So we're gonna do that. As soon as the whole place is a little more free for us to move around, expect people, artists, to be exposed in a positive way.
Now, you mentioned the word artist and artiste. A lot of people don't know the difference. Could you explain?
An artiste is an entertainer, a musician, a dancer, that aspect of the creative arts. An artist is a muralist, fine arts, painter, A-R-T-I-S-T. A-R-T-I-S-T-E is the other side of the creative arts.
Where is your strength?
The performing arts.
Where's your strength?
Both.
You're all wrong there.
Yeah.
You're
I am
all
one of
wrong.
those who can do all and everything.
You're all wrong now?
Yeah.
So you can sing calypso then?
Yes, I can sing.
You have both and chorus?
I'm going to the building 17. Who's coming with me?
Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fellow called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race.
Thank you very much. Good. That is a round of applause.
Bye-bye, Hollis.
Nice way to end the show.